Aloha everyone. This is Francis. I am back from Hawaii and it's been amazing. And I'm so happy that I can be with you right now in Vancouver. I wanted to spend a bit of time with you, and thanks in advance for the time you're going to spend with me for the next 5-6 minutes, because I have a very simple and hard and crucial exercise that I think you can do to boost your life. It's very simple, like I said, but it's very hard. And so last week what I was doing is that I was into a retreat, and they called it Into the Fire. It was a men's retreat, and 4 or 5 days of pure fire, pure waves, pure shocks, and all of it. Really learning about yourself and life. And there was an exercise that they gave us, and that's the one that I suggest you can do for your life. And the exercise was being in digital silence. Do you know what that means? Digital silence. Basically what they were asking me is, Francis, we want your phone for the next 24 hours. You don't take a look at your phone. You don't have your phone. You don't take a look at your computer. You don't take a look at the TV. You don't journal. You don't do anything with digital. The problem is that usually when I'm going on some sort of a retreat or a conference, I'm very excited. My vibes are great, which is a great thing. But hey, Patricia, how's it going? And what happened is that when I'm in that vibe, I know that usually I'm attracting good stuff in my life. And so I attracted a new deal, which actually I completed. It was a client that just reached me out just when I started the retreat, and we made that transaction happen. But now think about the exercise that I just told you. There's a digital silence that comes in. And I was not completely done with the transaction. I mean, there's still some details that needed to be dealt with after it was done. Very important details, and I really wanted to make sure that my client is all good. But then again, think in mind that I'm going into a digital silence for 24 hours. And to make things even worse is that then there's another client that called me and she needed my attention. And then again, it's questions that were legal. I needed to answer those questions, and I'm all in the midst of that thing while I'm doing the retreat, and I'm going into a digital silence. So I mean, it's pretty easy in some ways. Hey Christy, how's it going? I can't believe it's been a while. So I'm into a fire in a retreat where, usually you go on vacation, you can always control things. You're like, hey, that's fine. I mean, there's that person that can take care of my stuff. But I couldn't do anything of that because I didn't advise anybody. These were transactions that I didn't even foresee, didn't predict. So I have to take care of this. So some of you are like, well, Francis, you just have to say, well, just advise them. You're going to be out for 24 hours, which is what I did. But the exercise that I'm suggesting that you do is great, because it's not just when you go on vacation and like I said, you can delegate that task to another person. I'm talking about real life situation when today, this week, or this week actually, if somebody asks you and you're out of your digital world, what are you going to do? So for me, I was stressed out a little bit. I knew that I had to give up my phone. I had no choice. I gave my phone. And just to make even things more interesting is that they said, hey, we want you to not speak for 10 hours. And so I have other roommates. We're not talking. And I had to go to the supermarket. I don't know if you've ever done that, but you can't talk. You go to the supermarket, you're buying stuff. They're like, aloha, how's it going? And you're like, and you want to pay with... And that's what's happening. You just deal with what you have. The day after, I even had like a handwritten note, and I'm giving it just like, I can't talk right now. I just want a coffee. And it's hard. But what's happening is that when you're in that digital silence mode, there's so much information that comes around. Because now you pay attention to everything around you. You pay attention to the moment, the present moment. And it was incredible. So now my digital silence is about to end, but there's still 5 or 6 hours, and I'm in my mind, and I'm meeting my coach Gary, and he's like pushing my buttons real hard on different subjects, and it's not easy. I just want to almost like strangle him. And I'm thinking, oh man. And he's like, and then one of my excuses, well, I have some things in my mind, like I have this deal that just happened, I have the other one that I have to take care of. So what would you do? He's like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Choose. What do you want to do? And I said, I don't know. I don't know. Part of me wants to take that phone and answer the client right away so that I can just get rid of that stuff in my mind. But I also knew that it was an excuse, because there's another part of me that wanted to go through that exercise, because I knew that it was a real good test for me and for the people around me, that I can give them that exercise and tell them how much it's so powerful. Not to be controlled by other people's agenda, but control our own life. Be in that moment, the only moment that we have, the only moment that's important, the life that we have. And so I didn't know what to do, and so we had those moments, and we had almost like an argument. He said, Francis, you leave, take half an hour, come back, give me your answer. And I was pissed. Went to the beach, and then I just asked myself one very important question. And the question was, I was looking at the ocean, I was looking at beautiful things around me, and I'm thinking, why do I want to answer these guys? Like, is this out of love, or is this out of fear? And sometimes I think we can make the distinction. There's serving and there's pleasing. And I think for me, it was really out of fear. I fear that if I don't provide the answer on time, then maybe one of the customer out of the two would say, well, Francis, you're not answering, so see you later. But that's not true. I'm serving them. And that's their own personal agenda. That's something that's urgent for their life. And I told them that I would actually answer them, but in 24 hours. Yeah, serving versus pleasing. It's a very important distinction, Christy. And so for me, I thought, what is the real answer here? If I want to continue to live my life for the future, do I want to be pleasing, or do I want to be serving? Do I want to act out of fear, or do I believe in myself? And if something happens that they don't want to be with me, that's fine, because I know that I'm serving. And it's also my moment. It's my own personal development retreat. That's my time. So I came back, talked to Gary, and I said, still love you, which he almost was emotional when he did it. We're hugging each other, and I said, I don't want the phone. I don't want the phone. I'll take the phone later. I'll take it later. And this is where I challenge you to do exactly the same. Because once I made that decision to put the phone away for real and not being in the middle, because when you can be a bit middle, meaning you're thinking about the business while you're not supposed to think about the business, or you're thinking about play when you're in the business. You're never in a great situation. So when I decided to put that thing away, then I was present. Then I was making connection. Then I was in my heart. Then we had great fun. Then I had aha moments. Then I had creativity. Then I was learning. Then I had a great time. And then when I came back, I was attractive because I was able to really serve my client because I was in a good mood and I was not in fear. I was actually in love. And the funny thing is, like, when I picked up the phone, I saw hundreds of messages around, and I even saw that one realtor, as an example, didn't even answer on time. So all of that was in my mind, thinking that it was important for one of them, and it was not. I just created that whole big story, and I was able to serve my client, the other one, after, in a very, very good way. So for some people that are saying, hey, you know what, digital silence for me and like a day is too much, do it for an hour. Because the power that you get, the boost that you get in your life is incredible. You're present, you're living your life. That's the life you have. That's your agenda. You're creative. You're acting on your dreams. You're acting on maybe reaching out to someone you love, not on a freaking agenda that's inside an inbox. And you can prioritize. And you know what I found? Is that the world didn't collapse. Nothing collapsed. Nobody died, and it's not a day or even, I challenge you, an hour that's going to change your time. So if you're going for a restaurant, you're with your friends, take that phone, put it away, put it in the car. Give yourself a hard time to go find it. Be present. That's the exercise. Christy, I love you. Thanks for staying until the end. If you think that this message is important, share it, because to me, it really empowered me. And I know that anytime now, not just when I'm planning to go on vacation and people can help me because I delegated. Anytime I can choose what's important for me. And I will do that digital silence every day now, at least for an hour minimum, and every time, probably a week, because life is amazing when we're connected. Disconnect to connect. Be in love, not in fear. And share this to some people. Like it. I wish you an amazing week. So much more lesson that I've learned in Hawaii. Aloha, mahalo. See you guys.